Good morning, students. Today, I am going to take you through the levels of management. Basically, every management has various levels of management in order to execute the organizational plans and to achieve its objectives. No matter whether it's a small scale or a medium scale or a large scale business. Since management is essential and it is inevitable, the levels of management are mainly grouped into three levels. There are basically three levels of management. The first and the foremost is the top level management. The top level management is nothing but it consists of the members of the organization, that is the senior most members of the organization, and they mainly draft the plan for the entire year which needs to be executed in order to achieve the organization objectives. The middle level management consists of the members who are responsible to carry out the plans laid down by the top management, and they don't have full authority or right to take up the decisions, because the top management members are the one who has got the full authority and the right to take decisions, whereas the middle level management has to just execute their plans. At the same time, the top level management members will be CEO of that organization, CFO, then it consists of the chairman, the directors, and so on. The middle level management basically consists of the members such as the operational management, finance manager, marketing manager, sales manager, purchase manager, and so on and so forth. The last segment is what we call as supervisory level of management. In this management, we have members like the foreman, the supervisors, superintendent, clerks, etc. So this is how the management has got subdivided into various levels, because every level needs members. Without members, there is no management. So each and every levels of management has a group of members or individual of different designations from various departments. Let me quickly understand the meaning of management. Management meaning: every individual in the organizational hierarchy is responsible for successful completion of a particular task. In order to fulfill that responsibility, he is assigned authority or the right to take decisions. As I said, every individual in the organization has a right or is responsible for the result of the organization, and he delivers his best in order to achieve the organizational goals. But as an individual, he needs someone as a mentor or to guide him and to assist him in all his functions. Thus, someone will be given those powers, that is authority, to take up the decisions. The responsibility and authority relationship obviously binds the individual, since it leads to a superior subordination. It leads to a situation where one person is considered as superior and other person all considered as a subordinates. That is below them. This gives rise to different levels of management in an organization. So in every organization, we have three layers: top level, middle level and the lower level. The top level is the apex body and they are the one who takes the decisions. They have the right and power to do anything, whereas the lower level and the middle level will be following the instructions given from the top levels. The time spent by the managers at different functions is different. There are various functions in an organization, right? There are various functions which is in existence in every organization. So for example, planning, staffing, coordinating, directing, training, all these are the functions of management, which we'll be learning in our next sessions. The time which is being taken up by the managers in this various levels of functions of management differs from person to person. Managers at the top level spends more time only in planning functions. They are very much focused only in the plans. They draft the plan which is required for the smooth functioning of the organization. Than the managers at the lower levels of the organization. That means the middle level and the supervisory levels are considered to be the lower levels according to this perception. So from the top level management's viewpoint, the lower level people are none other than the middle level people and the members who are below the middle level, that is supervisory. So management is a universal term used for certain functions performed by individuals in an enterprise, which are bound together in a hierarchy of relationships. Let me understand each one of the levels of management and their functions. The first level is top level management. The second level is middle level management. And the third level is supervisory levels of management. Let's first discuss upon the top level management. That's called top management. Top management consists of members such as the board of directors, which we shortly call as BOD, board of directors, chairman, general managers, president, vice president, CEO, chief executive officer, and CFO, etc. So it is a group of members, or we can say top management is a team which consists of the top members of the organization, and these members will be the most senior most people of the organization. The top management is a team which will lead and direct the efforts of the people in the organization. They have the maximum authority, which we already discussed. And this top level management consists of senior most executives of the organization. So the most senior in the organization will be a part of top management. And top management is a team consisting of managers from different functional levels. So we call all these are the functional levels. Every function, that is every levels will have a member to monitor their activities. So their functionality is being monitored by these members, the president, vice president, and so on and so forth. That's why we say the top level management consists of the members from different functional levels which heads the finance, marketing, etc. Example of this is Chief Finance Officer, CFO, and Vice President are the members of the top level management. Any doubts, children, so far? Yes, moving on to our next level. The functions of the top level management. Every level has some functions, which means the duties to be performed or to be executed. Let's see what are the functions of a top level management. As rightly said, top level management will formulate overall organizational goals and strategies for their achievement. So they will lay out the entire plan for the organization and they are responsible for the organizational goals. So they will commit or they will dedicate most of the times in formulating the organizational objectives, the plan towards achieving that organizational objectives, and the strategies to be followed in order to achieve those objectives. The second one is they coordinate with the different department members accordingly to achieve the overall objectives of the organization. As we know one thing very clear, that coordination and cooperation are the two sides of a coin. Like how a coin has a head and tail, every management must have cooperation and coordination, so that the top level management needs to coordinate the activities of different departments according to overall objectives of the organization. At the same time, the top level management is responsible for the welfare and survival of the organization. So if the organization wants to exist for longer period or for more years, obviously it is the responsibility of the top management to ensure that it exists, it survives, and the welfare of the people is also taken care of. It needs to analyze the business environment, its implications for the survival of the firm. So, analysis of the business environment and implementing the survival of the firm is one of the most important functions of top level management. The last function is that they are responsible for all the activities of the business and its impact on society. So whatever the activities the business is performing and its impact on the society, all this needs to be taken care of the top level management. So it is a top management who has to ensure that the management below them are undertaking the plans in a right sense, executing them perfectly, and making sure that the objectives of the organization is being achieved. Cooperate and coordinate with the different departments in accordance to the objectives of the organization, responsible for the welfare and survival of the organization, analyze business environment, its implications for the survival of the firm. Now, let's go ahead with the middle level management. Middle level management basically consists of members from the operational segment. That is, it has the operation managers, the finance manager, regional manager, zonal manager, medical superintendent, purchase manager, sales manager, marketing manager, plant superintendent. As you all know that there can be n number of management and there can be n number of managers, but it is essential to know which manager will fit into what category. So the first category, that is top level management, consists of the functional levels of managers, whereas the middle level management consists of the operational levels. So here the operational comes into discussions. So the operation can be either from marketing, can be from finance, can be from purchase, can be from the sales, and even from the management, that is even from the plant segment, that is where the manufacture takes place. So plant superintendent, everyone is clubbed under the middle level of management. Middle management brings a link between the top level and the lower level management. That's why they are in between, they are in middle of top level and the lower level management. So their ultimate function is to bridge or to build a bridge or to link the top level people and the lower level people. In what way? Carry out the plan drafted by the top level managers and emphasize those plans on the lower level or supervisory levels of management and ensures that it is being executed properly, thereby the organizational objectives are achieved. So they are the bridge between the top level and the lower level managers, and they are considered to be a subordinate to the top level managers and superior to the first line managers. The first line managers are nothing but the one who are below them, that is the supervisory levels of managers. They are responsible for implementing and controlling plans and strategies developed by the top management and responsible for all the activities of first line managers. That means they are responsible for the implementing and controlling plans and strategies developed by top management. As what I said, their work is to carry out the work laid down by the top level management and to execute those plans on the low level of management and get the things done. They are also responsible for the activities that is performed by these low level of management. So in this way they brings a link between the top level and they get connected with the lower level management. Examples are the human resource management, production manager, marketing manager, finance manager, operations manager, regional manager, divisional manager, plant superintendent. All these members are members of a middle level management. Let's discuss on the functions of this middle level management. They have totally 5 functions to perform. Number 1, they interrupt the policies framed by top management. That is, to interrupt the policies framed by top management. Number 2, ensure their department has necessary personnel, which means whether the department has necessary manpower to take over the plans drafted by the top management. Assign duties and responsibility to employees. Obviously, they are the one who assign the responsibilities and the duties to the employees of their department for implementation of plan. At the same time, they need to motivate the employees of their department for higher productivity in order to achieve the desired objectives. Without motivation, employees will not bring out their best. If you don't motivate your employees, you can't derive the best out of your employees. So employees needs to be motivated, and it is in the hands of the middle level management. The middle level management needs to motivate the employees. Only then the productivity will be improved. They have to cooperate with the other departments in order to have a smooth functioning of the organization. So as I rightly said, they interpret the policies framed by top management. They ensure whether the department has a sufficient manpower. They assign the duties and responsibilities to the employees belonging to their department. They will motivate their employees in order to bring a better productivity, and also they cooperate and coordinate with other department members for the smooth functioning of the organization. Any doubts, students, so far? Right, moving on to our next slide. The last level of our management, that is the supervisory levels of management. Supervisory level of management consists of the foreman, that is the laborers or the workers, the section officer, the clerks, sub-departments, executive, etc. So this is the level of management where the real workforce or the real working team is present. So this level consists of the core working team of the management, where they executes the commands or they executes the orders of the top level management from the middle level management and delivers their best, brings out the objectives or achieves the objectives of the top level management and the organization as a whole. It refers to the lowermost level of the organizational hierarchy. So in this particular segment, the members will be neither functional nor operational, but they are the low levels of the hierarchy of organization. Foreman and supervisor comprise the operational management. So the foreman and the supervisors of operation management will be a part of the supervisory management. And let's see the functions of supervisory management. The first and the foremost function of supervisory management is that they directly oversee the efforts of the workforce, which means the supervisors directly oversee the efforts of the workforce. Their authority and responsibility is limited, whereas the top level management has got the enormous power. They have the full right and authority, everything. The middle level management doesn't have that much authority, whereas their authority is very limited. Whereas the authority in the supervisory management and the responsibility is limited here too, according to the plans drawn by top management. Number second, they interact with actual workforce. They interact with actual workforce and pass instructions of the middle management to the workers. The second important functions of the supervisory level of management is that they interact with the actual workforce. They deal or they get the concerns of the workers if there is any. So they interact with the actual workforce and they will pass the instructions of the middle level management to these workers. So whatever the instructions that has been pushed from the middle level management will be transferred to the workers by the supervisory level of managers. Through their efforts, quality of output is maintained and wastages are minimized. Safety standards are also maintained. So I repeat it, the supervisory levels of management ensures that they interact with their workers and they pass on the instructions of the middle level management. They have to oversee the efforts of the workers, the workforce. The authority and the responsibility of them is limited. And through their efforts, they try to bring out a quality output and minimize the wastage and improve the safety standards and maintain them. Thus, the quality and quantity of output depends upon the hard work, discipline and loyalty of workers. So, obviously, in every management, the workforce will be more dedicated, will be loyal and will have something called as dignity and decorum, which is nothing but a part of a discipline. So they work according to the code of conduct. Even we saw that there will be a code of conduct. So every workers have to align to their code of conduct and to provide a quality and quantity output, having in mind the discipline and loyalty of the workers. Thus the management can able to achieve their results. So put it in a nutshell, it is very simple that the three layers of management, that is top level, middle level and the supervisory level. Top level's work is just to align or to frame the necessary work plan and to just pass on to the middle level management. The middle level management will just observe the task assigned to the middle level management by the top levels just by forwarding those plans to the low levels of management and to get the work done from them. The low level management is a supervisory level whereby they ensure that they provide their best and they put their efforts in order to bring out a quality and a quantity output, that is improve the quantity in the output and also the quality of the output, maintaining the standards in terms of the safety and thereby minimizing the wastages. Thus, we conclude that each levels of management performs a different task and each task is varied from one another. But it is essential to note that every levels in an organization has a management and every level of this management is inevitable, unavoidable. At the same time, the functions of this management has a significant impact in achieving the organization objectives. Any doubts, students? If you have any doubt, you are very free to ping your doubt or post your doubts through WhatsApp. Don't hesitate to ask doubts. Once you complete this, prepare a mind map on the concept, that is levels of management, and just post it to us. Thank you, students.